Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is day 4, a very exciting day for our Advent of Code in Kotlin campaign. I'm very much looking forward to today because it is a bit of a special day. But first of all, I of course want to greet all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Most likely, you are tuning in on YouTube. If that is the case, make sure you drop a couple of hello lines in the chat. And most importantly, let us all know how you felt about today's problem. And on the off chance that you're tuning in on the JetBrains Twitch channel, also make sure you say hello. We also see your comments as well. So yeah. It's very nice to see a couple of familiar faces again in the chat here. Yeah. Today, at least for me, was pretty smooth. I managed to wake up well before the time at which the puzzle unlocks, which in my time zone is 6 a.m. Managed to wake up way before that, so I was able to do my normal morning routine and kind of start today's problem-solving session with a clear mind and a ready spirit. We're seeing one assessment here of today's problem, which very concise, easy peasy. We love to hear that. Hola to everybody who's tuning in here. Hi, hello. Hello from India, hello. It's published at my 2 a.m. That's either early or late. Do you solve them? Do you wait all the way? Like, do you stay up to wait for them to unlock and then solve them, or do you solve them the next morning, or do you get up super early? Johnny says today was straight code with no hidden surprises. Okay, yeah, valid assessment. And here we're also seeing someone who has a who maybe had a slightly different morning routine. Both parts without coffee, but they did already have some stuff prepared, which is very helpful. Yeah, the toolbox of AOC functions, that is the tricky bit. I'll be honest with you. So far, I have still maintained my my pure approach of Advent of Code, in that I have started every single puzzle from a blank sheet of paper. I'm not sure if this is due to some sort of virtue, or if this is just because I am too lazy to curate my own set of helper functions. Today I did my favorite trick: generate a sequence, a zip with next, and check for stability. Very interesting, very interesting. We got a lot of cool hypotheses coming up here. Of course, it is day 4, so you don't need a particularly large introduction anymore about the overall structure of the campaign that we are running. Of course, by now I'm certain that you have found all the information that you need at the Advent of Code in Kotlin 2025 edition blog post that I've also linked in the chat, which not only gives you this absolutely wonderful preview thumbnail of Cody wearing a very geometric Christmas hat, but it also illustrates everything that we're doing besides these streams. Our wonderful Kotlin Lang Slack community that covers Advent of Code, our leaderboards, which allow you to compete on the one hand side, or just allow you to win some prizes even if you are not competing for the top spots. Our GitHub template, instructions on how to use those, and so on. And since you found your way here, I do not need to remind you to subscribe and hit notify for the upcoming stream, because we are covering 5 of the problem sets in Advent of Code this year. That is, of course, because Advent of Code is a little shorter. It's a 12-day experience this year around. but it's still a lot of fun. Now, there's one extra thing that I did also want to shout out today, which is that there's a really cool community-created starter framework for working with Advent of Code in Kotlin notebooks. Kotlin notebooks, if you don't know, is an interactive development environment that allows you to very quickly iterate on your code and bake up a solution. And this really helps you work with everything inside of the IDE. And this is also going to be the topic of today's solution and today's guest. I am very, very excited to bring up here on stage Roman Belov, who by now I think if you've watched this before, we can only describe as the Kotlin notebooks ninja. Hey Roman, how are you?
Hi. Oh, well, I had a great day today. Like just around probably 12 meetings, and now I have 13th one.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad that you still found time for something as important as Advent of Code in your busy schedule.
Absolutely. Actually, like Seb, for you, I always can find some time. Like, given that we spent like almost endless number of meetings last year preparing Kotlin Conf keynote, and I'm expecting more or less the same this year as well. So
very much so. And there is a bit of a prediction happening here. Could it perhaps be that we might be seeing a live solving of the puzzle for day 4 today using Kotlin notebooks?
I have no idea what this puzzle going to be about.
Perfect. That makes it all the more wonderful. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll put on my reading hat, and I'll make sure I'll read it extra carefully to make sure that you get all the information that's required to solve this problem with Kotlin notebooks. This is, by the way, of course, if our attentive viewers have noticed, we have the plugin back, so it's the advent of Kotlin, and it is, of course, sponsored by Kotlin by JetBrains. We are diving right into day 4, printing department. You ride the escalator down to the printing department. They're clearly getting ready for Christmas. They have lots of large rolls of paper everywhere, and there's even a massive printer in the corner to handle the really big print jobs. Decorating here will be easy. They can make their own decorations. What you really need is a way to get further into the North Pole base while the elevators are offline. Actually, maybe we can help with that, one of the elves replies when you ask for help. We're pretty sure there's a cafeteria on the other side of the back wall. If we could break through the wall, you'd be able to keep moving. It's too bad all of our forklifts are so busy moving those big rolls of paper around. If you can optimize the work the forklifts are doing, maybe they would have time to spare to break through the wall. The rolls of paper, @signs, are arranged in a large grid. The elves have a helpful diagram, which is your puzzle input, indicating where everything is located. For example, we might have a diagram like this with a bunch of dots and a bunch of @s. The forklifts can only access a roll of paper if there are fewer than 4 rolls of paper in the 8 adjacent positions. If you can figure out which rolls of paper the forklifts can access, they'll spend less time looking and more time breaking down the wall to the cafeteria. In this example, there are 13 rolls of paper that can be accessed by a forklift marked with an X. For example, we have this one right here because we only have 3 neighbors on this one, or if we look at this one, we only have 2 neighbors that are filled out with other @signs.
No, we actually have 3.
Like, oh, yes, sorry. Yes, we have 3. Well. You are absolutely correct. We have 3. Good point. Consider your complete diagram of the paper roll locations. How many rolls of paper can be accessed by a forklift? And the puzzle input looks pretty much like the sample, just a whole lot bigger. Okay. Well, with that, Roma, it's all you, I think.
Honestly, I also want to have access to those mushrooms, because like every time you read the description, and like every time I read the description, I can't imagine what kind of joint it should be like to
to
write
come up
it.
with
Like
this.
absolutely.
It's incredible.
Okay, so I don't know why I've created some project for this. It's called Advent of Code 2025.
Mm-hmm.
But I've forgotten that we don't actually even need it, because we're going to solve it in Kotlin notebooks.
Mm-hmm.
At Kotlin notebooks actually can work, like you can create notebook here in the project, but like in most cases, I actually create them in scratches and consoles here on the Kotlin notebooks thing.
Okay.
Like I just click Command-Shift-N and create a new Kotlin notebook. And you see,
there's a lot of those.
Yes. So that's my primary way of writing Kotlin code now.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, you already highlighted that we're going to use this wonderful adapter that was created by one of the community members last year. It's called Advent of Code. So let's try to edit. And now I should Advent of Code, create Advent of Code client. It needs some authorization. So like it can be from environment variable or from file. For security reasons, I will use environment variable here. And it's just Advent of Code key that can be copied from the browser cookie. And yeah, there's a great description in the Advent of Code adapter GitHub page. So Advent of client from environment and interactive day. So like, let's say it's today, 25, and today's 4th of December.
Yep.
And let's run it. So it returns some kind of client. So like I'll call it today. And let's bring it here. And here we are, printing department. So here we can read the description one more time. And what is more important, we can copy clear out, but that's definitely not what I need. Just we'll use Command-C, and I'll create some input here. Input, and put it here. And trim, of course. Wonderful. So the first thing I actually have in mind is like it's some 2D array. And every time I see 2D array, I hate that like we actually do it in Kotlin. Because like working with 2D arrays in Kotlin, not that pleasant as in some other languages. Unless
what's your favorite language to work with 2D arrays?
Gosh, that sounds strange. I guess C++.
Okay.
Probably.
All right. Fair enough.
So, but it's all unless we use Multik, a wonderful library for n-dimensional arrays. Have you ever used it?
I've heard of it, but I have not used it. I don't think I've seen it in action either. I'll make sure that we'll post a link here as well for people who want to check it out by themselves.
So Multik, it's kind of I've forgotten the name of Python library for that.
Is it the NumPy?
NumPy, exactly.
Yeah.
NumPy, but in Kotlin.
Okay.
So the good question should be like how to create something in Multik. As far as I remember, like there is a kind of like in NumPy, something like MK or something. Yeah, MK,
Yes.
and then like you can create an like object like by creating ND array. So like for example, ND array can take array, and then it will return you a D1 array, like one-dimensional array. If I need two-dimensional array, then it should be a list of lists.
Ah.
Okay, so let's prepare this lists of lists. So like, let's do it in a separate cell. So we have input, and we have lines. So now we have list of strings. Now I need to convert it to list of arrays. How to convert string to array? There should be some function.
Array, no?
To
char array.
Char array. Okay. So and yeah, now we have a list of lists. Okay. So and probably because we are in wonderful Kotlin, we need to add something like to typed array or something like this. So good. Now we can get this thing and put it inside our ND array. And for some reason, so it needs something. Let's understand what's wrong here. In the array of, okay, let's do it like in 2 steps first. So here we have it's oh. No, what's going on? Shit. What is the actual type of that? That's a good question. Okay, let's call it val array. Let's see the type of this array. So it's array of char array.
So probably you want a two-typed array in the inside as well?
I'm not sure. Like, let's try it. I think like char array is already typed, no? Array of char. Okay. Anyway, so now we know Multik ND array from R. Nope. Still not that easy. Oh, I got it probably. There's no char support in Multik. Yeah, most likely it has on the integer, double, byte. Yeah, there's no char support in Multik. Okay, so I just will map it then. Map the. Okay, so like we're gonna have rows. And we're gonna map it to it. No, it's gonna be double. So like if it's, okay, let's say it this way, then it's gonna be 0, else, okay, let's make it double, 0, otherwise 1. I'm not sure if I need, in that case, typed array here. Yes, we did it. So now we have the original input as a Multik array. Hopefully it was like the hardest part here. So then
Okay.
probably we don't need this type array as well, like I guess. And most likely probably we even don't need this one. Yes. Okay. Then it works perfectly. Simplifying.
Apparently,
ZQ.
sorry, one of the points that someone mentioned here is that it does allow list of t as an input. So if it's not an array, but it's not a char array, but a list, you should also be able to use characters directly.
I don't think so, because like it's not like I don't think the char is supported as a primitive type.
Yes, but Multik does have support for generic types.
Oh, really?
As far as I understand, if you hit a command P on the ND array constructor, I believe that has an overload that can do it. But I mean, your approach also works perfectly fine.
Okay, so what we're going to do next is actually, I think that like we need to calculate like the number of toilet paper rolls around each cell, right? So
Yes.
the problem is, well, first of all, hopefully, okay, let's call it somehow, while input array, hopefully there is a function for it that we can use out of the box. And as far as I understand, it should be a convolution or something. Nope. Probably a blur. Nope. Probably we have to write it.
Okay.
But it's actually convolution, right? With a kernel with all unique, like with 1/9 in each cell, like 3x3 kernel.
Yeah. Like we're like moving a grid over the thing, yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's do it. So that shouldn't be hard. So like we're gonna create a new array for this, right? So like let's call it result, and it should be like mk zeros of the same size. Okay, so it's gonna be double, and it should be the same size, right? So like dimensions, kind of input array shape 0, input array shape 1. Great. So, and we need to go through all the rows and columns, and inside each row and column. Okay, yeah, that should be easy. So for e in 0 to let's probably create some value for it. It's gonna be rows, and it's gonna be calls. So rows, and for there was a hint. I love this feature. No. Yep. Okay. Nope.
Close.
Oh yeah, now it works. So, and yeah, inside this we need to calculate the sum around. Yeah, so like, okay, let's call it var sum 0 for delta I in from -1 to 1. Oh, that's better. Nope. For delta j in -1, 1. Sum if. I like it. Like it writes it for me.
It's
Really,
sure writing something.
So it basically writes the following thing. So like if we have if the index inside valid indices,
Okay.
then we need to calculate, because yeah, so here input array else 0. There's something wrong with sum, right? Okay, so it should be a double, I guess. Nope, it's still.
And you should, yeah, and you should also be returning 0.0 in the other case. Okay.
And probably in the end we need to, yeah, that's something strange. So let's take this sum and divide it by 9, right? So, and then we get basically what we need. Let's see.
Are you
Nope.
accident? Wow, that's already interesting. But my first question was actually, are you also counting the value in the middle now? Because I think you should only be looking only at the neighbors, right? I don't think you should be looking at the value in the middle of your 3x3.
I think it doesn't matter. I mean, like, really, it's not that important.
Okay, sure.
So, like, what is important is that we have index out of bounds, which is a problem. Why? Because we probably need until here, right?
That sounds reasonable.
Yes. And we have a wonderful visualization here of our array, which is weird. So let's visualize it like somehow, like visually, right?
Yeah.
So for this, we can, for example, convert our result to a buffered image, which can be displayed by a notebook. So what I know about buffered images that I don't know its syntax at all. For this, I'm gonna use AI.
Okay.
And say it's not a part of solution, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. We'll allow it here.
Convert buffered, Multik array to buffered image. And so it's generated something. Okay, so now we have result to buffered. Amazing, it looks really great. So for this, I think that we need to have a follow-up message, add cell size param. So what I love about it is that, like, it's instant, like we can instantly check what is generated. Here we are. So now we have a blurred image. And let's check, and the outer border looks darker than everything else, which is quite natural, because like
that makes sense.
So okay, great. So we can accept this, and probably we can now extract this one as a function, because like it looks like it should be a function. We can do it with AI as well, I guess. Let's probably try it. I never tried.
Sure, why not?
Extract blur function. Probably it's slower than I can do it. Oh no, it's faster. And what is great, it shows the diff right in place.
It's also quite amazing that it continues to like use the notebook
My
syntax.
code.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, like the structure still looks great.
Yeah, now we have it as a function, and it still works. Yeah, cool. And okay, accept it all. So fast. So okay, I will delete this one. I don't like when I have too many things here. So okay, now we have a blurred image. So can we check the? Oh no, we can't. Like the problem is that we can't see what are the values here, which is not good. So what if we can convert this image into some more interactable format. So for this, we can use, for example, our wonderful Candy library that can create it like in interactive way. Or, given that we are in notebooks and we are in IntelliJ IDEA, we can try to use another feature, because IntelliJ can actually handle like notebooks can present the results of swing type as a part of interface.
Okay.
So let's try it. So for this, I need to first let's write it probably. Of course, I like the only thing I know about swing that I don't know it. So again, I'll do it with Claude and say convert Multik array to JPanel. That's the only thing I know. With interactive mouse hover showing the value. To interactive panel, yep. And yeah, here we have some frame, whatever, we don't need it at all. Like, I mean, we can just take results to interactive panel. That's basically it. This is the result. No data available, rerun the cell. What data? Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. There's a weird thing, because like the size of this panel is kind of 0 now. So like we probably need to put set size here. So for example, like this. Cool. Now we have this. But the problem is not interactive. It's not interactive because like we are currently, like we can't add JPanel into IntelliJ process now. Like we are running in, like the UI is running in IntelliJ process. So that's why we need somehow to add it. So for this, we can run the project notebook in IDE process. So like I'm gonna accept it. I run it in IntelliJ process and it's gonna say me, please shut down this session because we need to restart the session, like, because it's a new process. Okay, let's restart it and let's rerun it all. Oh my gosh.
That's incredible.
That works. What I love about this approach, I actually don't really, I shouldn't really read this part. That's basically, I'm okay with the result because it looks pretty much similar to what we had here, right?
That's so good.
Great. Now, what should we do? We need to calculate the number of roles which are okay. So now I need to take the roles which are smaller than 4 divided by 9, right?
Yes.
Because we calculated it all together. But what is also important, like I should somehow skip empty parts as well. So like probably here I need then mask it by multiplying it to input array, right? So now I multiplied it. Now I have only the rows. And now I need to take only the rows which are smaller than, so like let's map it and take only the rows which are like if it's bigger than 0 and it's smaller than 4 or 5 nines.
4, yeah.
4. No, 5. Do you remember? Because like we didn't exclude
we have one in the middle. Yes.
The one in the middle, yeah. So it's going to be 1.0, else 0.0. Oh, here's the result. And yeah, we just need now to count it more than 0. So here's our answer. And if it's correct answer,
Yep.
13.
That's 13.
Great. So it's time to play with real input. So we had an input here. So let's our input is today get input, not get input. We are in Kotlin bitch. So yep. Now recalculate it. Input array. There's some helper functions. Okay, let's see how. Nope. What's going on here? So result. What is result? Result is input array. Oh, okay, this one we actually need to use. Okay, let's probably put it like this. So there are 2 cells with some helping functions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, here's our solution, right? So, like, for example, oh my gosh, it's our blurred image. Okay. No, 10 even big. Yeah. Looks like snow, right?
Yeah,
That's
it
why
does.
It's advent of code. So, and here we are. So, like, we now can probably run it. Oh my gosh, too big. How was it? 5. Yeah. Some results. I don't know. Like, but it looks okay. Let's just try it. So here's a result. Let's try to submit it. Today, submit part 1. Copy. Da-da-da-da-dun. Oof.
Congratulations. Very cool.
So what should we do next?
I guess we'll need to find part 2 and find out.
Today, view part 2.
Very good. Well, I will keep up with tradition.
Gosh,
and I will do a very brief read. Don't worry. It's
yeah, it's shorter.
Should be quick. Okay. I'm just gonna read that off of your screen. Okay. Welcome to part 2. Now the elves just need help accessing as much of the paper as they can. Once a roll of paper can be accessed by a forklift, it can be removed. Once a roll of paper is removed, the forklifts might be able to access more rolls of paper, which they might also be able to remove. How many total rolls of paper could the elves remove if they keep repeating this process? Starting with the same example as above, here is one way you could remove as many rolls of paper as possible, using the highlighted @ to indicate that a roll of paper is about to be removed, using X to indicate that a roll of paper was just removed. And then we have a little bit of a diagram as it continues. And you're supposed to stop once no more rolls of paper are accessible by a forklift, which in this example is 43 rolls of paper that can be removed. You start with the original diagram. How many rolls of paper in total can be removed by the elves and their forklifts? Okay.
Yeah, so we can do more or less the same thing. Then we just need to run it one by one, like step by step, and remove it and remove it and remove it, because like we have the result for the previous one, and then like we can just remove it in a cycle. Let's return back to the test input and rerun these two and get this input array. So, and copy just like the example from here, right? So this one. So that's tricky. I mean, like, so what do we have right now, right? So we actually can get, okay, let's, to interactive panel, cell size 30 guess. Oh, too much. Or input array is still big one. Why?
I think 20 was what we were running with before.
No, I mean, like, it looks like input array is too big. What is, okay, so there was like this code which is important here. So let's copy it here. So this one we can delete. Nope. What is the size of input array now? Oh, did we recalculate it? No. Okay, this one shouldn't be recalculated. Yeah, here we are. So, and we just need to do it in a cycle now. While I don't know, some while, like either while here or there, like we're going to decide it later. And we just need to say that we have current, which is input array. And instead of input array, now we're going to use current. And we need, and we need some result to accumulate the result. Now we have a clash here, okay. Well, I don't need this variable at all. I think like it's okay to use just this one, current blur. And now we're gonna have to remove here and that's gonna be the one which I want to remove, right? So now result to remove count, good. I love AI. And current, here's some strange thing. I'm just going to remove, yeah, like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I should do it while I can remove something, right? So I will put it into some variable like to remove count. And I do it while to remove count is more to remove count. What's wrong here?
I think that might just be because you don't have a do up top yet. So I think it might not, if you switch to while with a do.
There should be do. Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, because, yeah, you're right. So, and now we have, yeah, now like, let's try to visualize it because like, otherwise it seems we can lost what's going on. So for this, we can display the original. It was current, right? And we want to update it on each iteration. So like here we say for example, like some, we can actually mark the display result with some. Okay, let me explain how it all work. Like, I can display the current. Okay, to interactive panel, cell size 13. So here's a original image, and then I can, for example, update it on each iteration. So we'll update display, and here I need to show basically the same thing here. And let's run it and see how it all works. Whoa, now I have two of them, like the one before and one after. Probably I need to add some thread sleep here. I don't know what's going on. Current. Oh, that's the problem. Because the problem is that current is actually mutable array. So I actually spoiled my initial array with it. So for this, I will probably make it like this. So I will create a new current and say that current is a current minus to remove. And here we go. And if I run it second time, yeah. Do you follow?
That's so cool. That's very, very nice.
We need to check the results. So what is the result then? 43, and
that's correct.
Should be 43. Oof. Shall we try it on the original one then?
Let's give it a try.
Yeah, then I'll take this one, recalculate these three, and probably I need to join it finally. No, I can't. Yeah, at least I can join these two. I can't join. No, I don't know how to join them. I've forgotten.
Might be called merge cells?
Oh, merge cells. Yeah, there. Merge with above. Okay, great. Yeah, recalculated. So the problem gonna be that 30 is not the right one. Now it should be 5, right? So 5 and 5 here. And let's rerun it. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Wow.
And it looks like, I don't know, like how it looks like. Oh, it's still going. Yeah.
That's so cool.
And the result is, let's check it. Today, submit part 2. Result. And it's correct.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
that was, what an amazing journey, really. That was so cool. I mean, I also solved the problem earlier this morning, but I never got to appreciate like its visual beauty. Like that's actually, it's really gorgeous.
It's really beautiful. This one, by the way, this one looks like my calendar for this week. This one looks like, I don't know, like it's similar to Game of how's it called, like
Game of Life. Yes, Conway's
Game of Life. Yes, exactly. Game of Life. Oh, it's really beautiful. I love it.
Very nice. Could you run it again? Could you run it just one more time?
Yes, sure.
Ah, so satisfying.
By the way, what if we make the delay smaller here? Like, for example, 10. Are we done? And
Ooh. So
Yeah, it's
organic,
better.
so quick. I love it. And the fact that all of this
Oh my
runs.
gosh. What's the
Whoop.
fuck is going on? Yeah, that's the beauty of
The fact that all of this runs right in the IDE and you render it out as an interactive panel still, like where you can hover over things and you can inspect the individual values. It's really mind-blowing. Like, it's an incredible way of working with a problem like this.
yeah, that's why I love notebooks, because it's interactive, it's visual, it's perfect for making demos, and yeah, the possibilities are mind-blowing. So like we can do whatever we want to do. Save to
Yeah.
GIF. I've read a comment.
Yep.
Let's save it to GIF. Should we?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can create one buffered image, I'm sure AI can write the code to wire them all into a GIF, right?
Let's do it this way. So like we call it var steps, and it's gonna be a list of buffered image, and we're gonna add steps plus current buffered image. So let's run it again. So let's wait. Yeah, it seems we are done. So let's take steps 0. Okay, it seems it works. Steps 4. Yeah. So, and now we're gonna ask AI to help us, of course. Convert steps to GIF. I'm not sure if there's a standard library function for creating GIF, but hopefully.
We'll find out.
That's something weird happening. GIF file. Okay, GIF save to GIF file absolute pass. Okay, let's run it. I don't know what's going on here. Create from buffered image, which is unresolved. Image, I have no idea. Fix the error. Looks like we quite close to infinite loop of issues. Okay, we need to run it first. Fix unresolved function. Unresolved function. No, it looks like it's still trying to push the same function. Nope. Oh no.
Now it's rendered image instead of buffered.
Okay, so read-only file system. Word. Let's continue. I feel myself like an agent.
So does this mean that the AI also sees all the error messages that are part of the notebook's output?
Sorry?
Does the AI see these like inline stack traces as well?
Should be.
Very cool.
So, at least now it works. Yes. So, and it even added, okay, accept it all. Cool. Like that's a pretty thing. So it's actually included it as a HTML thing here. Okay, but now this base 64 GIF is output, close, GIF writer, where is the file itself? Okay, so it decided, okay, the file system is read-only. It decided to write it this way.
But I mean, that seems perfect.
Like save. Oh, no, I need to save on disk.
I'm guessing now that you have an embedded version of the GIF, though, when you share this notebook, it could already be included, right?
I don't know what's going on here. Why I can't create any file?
Is this perhaps because you're running in the IDE process? I don't know.
Probably somehow, I don't know. Like, okay, let's probably put it in some particular folder. Documents, JetBrains, Advent of Code 2025. Nope, it can't deal with, how it should be on Mac.
I believe it's /users.
Users from below. Yeah, it works now. Let's see. Where's my? There should be some. This should be reload from disk. Oh yeah, here we have it. So now we have this animation GIF, but for some reason it's not that animated as I would expect.
Let's see, maybe it's
let's try to see it in that's weird. Let me create a file for this. Finder, documents, JetBrains, event of code. Yep. Okay. Now it's actually indeed it's a GIF, and indeed it's animated. So I guess it's. Cool. Then I think it's time for Twitter.
Yeah, it's ready, right? It's ready.
Should be so. I guess so. Yeah. So, guys, if you never tried Kotlin notebooks, you're probably it's high time to play with it, because yeah, it's a huge fun to play with it in the IDE, and it's a huge fun to play it with Advent of Code, because like it looks awesome and it feels awesome.
It's really so great. That was I could not have come up with a better demo for Kotlin notebooks than this. Like it is mind blowing. Going from we'll parse a little bit of input to we'll turn it into a multi-dimensional array to we'll whip up a quick visualization first as a buffered image, but then we can also run it as interactive in the IDE process. And then, of course, yeah, for step 2, like being able to just have the iterated version that animates, it's gorgeous, it's fluid, and I'll be honest with you, I'm still a little bit mind blown that the AI integration in IntelliJ also just managed to not just produce the GIF, but also figure out, hey, I can display this GIF as base64 right inside the IDE, inside the notebook as well. It's so many pieces all coming together like perfectly, and that's really, really cool. Thank you so much, Roman.
It's always my pleasure, and like I'm pretty happy that today's task is that much like suits Kotlin notebooks and visualization and all of those things, because like yeah, I mean, like they just like, because for example, previous task was not that visual, I would say, because like we have again a perfect match.
Yeah, we really got lucky with this time again. Yeah, this was lovely.
In the end of the day, like, and you always can create gist. It will create your notebook, and if I click on it, it will create it. It's gonna open it right in browser. So here's the task. Here's our solution. Here are all the images. Here's the task number 2. Unfortunately, it's not interactive, obviously, but it's still like until we open our GIF. This one is interactive. So now you can easily share it with anyone. And what I love with like AI is definitely transforming how like we write code, but like AI and Kotlin notebooks, like it's a perfect playground. It's way better than like jumping between ChatGPT and your ordinary Kotlin file. You can just like make it simpler and faster.
100%. And seeing is believing here very, very, very clearly. People are asking for the link to this page. I guess it's right up there. So I'll make sure I'll put that in the chat as well.
I'll just send you it in Slack.
Ah, perfect. Wonderful. Then I'll make sure that we share that. So if you want to check it out yourself, here is the link. Wonderful. Perfect. Amazing. Quite frankly, Roma, I have nothing to add. I don't think there's any point in looking at my solution anymore after this, because fundamentally I think it was a quite this was a perfect demo. And nothing can follow this. So I think we've also managed to fill out an hour perfectly. Yeah.
And I think that like Multik helped us a lot. Like it was very intuitive to use it, except like creation of the array itself. But overall, it feels like ordinary two-dimensional array.
Yes.
And with all these operations like minus, multiply, whatever.
Yes, very, very true. Multik, I think, is definitely something that deserves a little bit more time in the spotlight as well. Very cool. Yeah. So thank you so much. Again, I think it's a fine disclaimer that Jelly Owl mentions. While we did use AI, I want to be very clear, we did not use it to solve the problems. The problems, that was our brain cells. It was the visualization where we outsourced to AI.
Yeah, just like people are not like created for remembering syntax of buffered image and swing.
Yes. We're here to solve interesting problems.
These two are absolutely outdated. Our brain is actually intended to solve problems about rolls of toilet paper. That's the intention.
Exactly. No, this was really, really great. So thank you so much, Roma. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yes, and thank you to everybody who decided to join as usual. You all know where to go if you want to find out more about all of these stories, and if you want to learn more about how to get started with the advent of code in Kotlin notebooks. I'm also sharing that link once more in the chat. So because I think by now we should all be Kotlin notebooks super fans. So there are Let's take a look here. 10 hours and 55-ish minutes left before the next challenge comes out. Roma, do you have any kind of prediction of what kind of problem we might be seeing? We now just had I suppose a 2D grid problem. But any predictions or anything you might be hoping for?
I'm pretty sure that will be some simulation process on strings.
I like that prediction. Let's see if it comes true for our final stream tomorrow. So make sure you tune into that as well. As usual, you can find it on our YouTube channel as well as on Twitch. Make sure you hit that notify button to not miss it. Thank you, everybody who decided to tune in. And I hope that all of you are now Kotlin Notebooks converts and will be using it for tomorrow's task. And of course, thank you so much for spending your precious evening and time with the two of us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, folks.
We will be seeing, hopefully, all of you tomorrow after the next challenge has been solved. Take care, everybody, and have a lovely Kotlin. Bye-bye.